Hello everyone, rudyxx here to talk about another RPGalooza game, Pokemon Sword. For those of you that don't know, RPGalooza is a project I started involving playing through a huge list of RPG titles, ranging from Western style to Japanese. And while I'm not a huge RPG connoisseur, I do like to dabble in them every now and then, so hopefully I can provide for you all a more modern day gamer's look at my experiences with them. So with that out of the way, on to Pokemon Sword. Before getting too deep into this, let me also mention that I've only ever played like 2 Pokemon games. I played Pokemon Red way back in the day after getting peer pressured by my brother to play the game, and I played Pokemon Ruby after getting peer pressured by my coworkers. I've never really been into the Pokemon games, but I really love the anime despite how completely stupid it is, so my knowledge of the Pokemon games is incredibly limited. There's like 1,000 Pokemon at this point, and I think the anime maybe shows off like 50 total, so even my knowledge of what Pokemon exist is pretty small. Having said that, I went into this adventure with basically no expectations. I do know leading up to its release, there was a lot of complaints about a wide variety of things that I had no idea even what they were. So going into this game fairly blind to what previous games offered apparently played pretty strongly to my advantage because I had a great time with the game. I let Twitch chat name my character, all my Pokemon, and basically take the wheel on a lot of decisions like which Pokemon I even use for the most part. Overall, there wasn't really anything I didn't enjoy in my experience. The music was fantastic and fun, the gameplay was simple but fun, and the story was pretty basic, but overall it was just a fun, jolly adventure. Since most of the Pokemon were new to me, it was fun just to see what crazy things were going to pop out of the grass in the next area, or what things would evolve into. The controls and the UI were all really well done, and things were just conveniently placed on the screen in a way that made navigating things fairly simple. I don't know much about the meta behind type matching, and since for the most part my chat decided what Pokemon I was using anyways, I just tried to overpower everything with whatever knowledge I had. I'm one that doesn't typically enjoy doing things like exploring or collecting, but the world was small enough and it was easy enough to avoid encounters that exploring wasn't a chore and actually added a fair amount to my experience. All the characters were really well written, and despite how simple the story was, it kept me interested enough that I was always curious what sort of people would show up next. This was definitely a game that I'm glad I went into with basically no knowledge, and it really helped me to affirm the fact that going blindly into any game is typically a lot better than developing any sort of expectations by learning as much as possible beforehand. Like, I've definitely played my fair share of titles that were worse because I didn't know what I was getting myself into, but I would say that more often than not, I end up liking things more if I don't follow the hype of a game leading up to its release. So, for RPGalooza, I actually give this game a 9 out of 10 for me. It was an incredibly fun adventure, and despite the game revolving around collecting them all or whatever, I never really felt compelled to collect them all myself. I did, however, get lightly involved in the speedrun scene for the game and learn to run the game myself. And although it was only a few runs over the course of a couple of months, I actually had a really fun time doing runs of the game as well. I've never really found any faults with the game, but I don't consider it a perfect experience because despite how much fun I have, it never really blew me away. Like, it was great and all, but not one of those games that after finishing the game, I spend a couple dozen hours on the wiki, consuming as much as I can about it until I can't find anything more. I've never really had any desire to play any of the DLC or play the game competitively, so it basically just had its run and that was it. I'll probably never play it again, or at least if I do, it'll be a long time from now. And it didn't really make me want to play any of the other games in the series. Basically, we had our fling, but for now, I'll just go back to sticking with the anime. So anyways, if you enjoyed this video and would like to look forward to many more RPG reviews in the future, be sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel. And if you're interested in seeing me actually play through a variety of games in real time, make sure you follow my Twitch stream at twitch.tv/rudyxx. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.